Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Peter Gilmer here on an unusual time of Saturday morning. Usually I don't do morning videos, but I want to get this out of the way real quick. But thank you for watching this video on TGCU Born, the home of the Gilmore Chronicles. This is episode number 175 of the Gilmore Chronicles Reborn series. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video. Hit the subscribe button down below. Subscribe to all my other channels. Links are down below in the description box. And as always, find me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. Share this video all over the internet. And tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And we already got a view already. Thank you. All right. Thank you for coming in. And chat room's open so we can chat a little bit, not too long. I just want to talk about Summerslam for a little bit. So I got company coming over in a little bit. So that's that. So thanks for coming in. Join the chat. We'll talk a little bit about SummerSlam, a little bit about NXT TakeOver tonight. We got AEW coming up later tonight at about 6:30 on TNT. Should be interesting to see how the ratings go with that. Like I said, we got TakeOver tonight. I believe it starts at 7 p.m. 7 or 8 p.m. I'm not sure what time it starts. So we got that. So lots of stuff tonight. And tomorrow with SummerSlam from the Thunderdome. So we'll see what happens with that, with the live fans and virtual fans for NXT TakeOver and for SummerSlam, see how that goes. And we'll probably get a lot of extravagant entrances tonight for TakeOver and tomorrow for SummerSlam. It should be pretty damn interesting. Pyro back. So we're going to get a lot of pyro tonight and tomorrow night. So that should be very, very exciting. Pyro is always fun. That's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on episode 175 of the Gilmore Chronicles on a Saturday morning, August the 22nd, 2020, it is time for your SummerSlam predictions. SummerSlam comes your way tomorrow night from the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida, at the Thunderdome. So we'll see what happens with that. No pre-show matches as of yet. I haven't heard anything about the pre-show. They'll probably just talk out their ass, and maybe they'll announce a match. It'll probably be who gives a shit match, but it is what it is, and that's all you gotta say about that. So I'm gonna, as always, on my prediction videos, I'm gonna go from bottom of the card to top to the main event, and give you my analysis and my prediction, and that's probably all I gotta say about that. So let's begin. All right, we're gonna start off with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Now, originally this was supposed to be a hair versus hair match, but as of last night, as we saw on SmackDown Live, Sonya Deville came out and says, "I don't care about being bald or anything like that. It's like, but I want to raise the ante a little bit. Let's have this as a no disqualification match, and the loser leaves WWE." So the stakes are high in this match. The tension is high in this match. You know, the whole thing with Mandy and Sonya, I mean, this past week has just been really troublesome for both of them. You know, Mandy and Sonya have been best friends for about 5 years or so. And the whole thing with Sonya Deville almost getting abducted in a home by that crazed idiot who's now in jail without bail. So he can't get out of jail, so you're fucked. So she's been dealing with a lot this week. And now she's got to go into a match where she could possibly be gone from WWE. The same thing with Mandy Rose. Now, this came about, you know, when Mandy when Sonya turned on Mandy, and then Mandy got with Otis. She's still with Otis for some odd reason. And Sonya kind of ruined Otis and Mandy's Valentine's date way back when. And then Sonya's like, she was jealous of Mandy getting all the perks and her looks, and I say she's a golden goddess, and then she's just being pushed back in Fire and Desire and everything like that. And then Fire and Desire eventually broke up because of this. And then Sonya was doing a thing with Dolph Ziggler, did them teaming up. because Otis and Dolph's little storyline. Now Dolph's on Monday Night Raw. So this should be a pretty interesting match. Gonna be right in Sonya's wheelhouse because with her MMA background and jiu-jitsu and karate background as well. So Mandy's at a disadvantage. But I think in the end, Mandy Rose is gonna pick up the win and kick Sonya Deville out of the WWE. But it probably won't be the last we see of Sonya. I think Sonya's gonna take the rest of the year off and then come back at the Royal Rumble as a surprise entrant. And then maybe this feud continues on. I don't know. I don't know if they'll even do. She might come back with a bald head of hair. Because we all knew that Sonya was going to lead. Sonya's going to lose the match and shave her head because she wants to be known as she wants to promote the LGBTQ lesbian community and all that other crap. So, like I said, Mandy's gonna win. Sonya's gonna be gone from the WWE, and then she'll probably come back by the Royal Rumble as a surprise entrant, and maybe eliminate Mandy, and this feud continues on. But I don't know. Then again, Sonya can come back and then get back into the good graces with Mandy and find a desire, come back, and possibly win the women's tag team titles sometime next year. But who knows where it's gonna go from here. So so Mandy's gonna win, and that's pretty much all I'm gonna say about that. So Sonya's gonna be gone for the rest of the year, and then probably come back sometime early next year. But that's that. And we move on. All right. After that, we get to a singles match for the WWE United States Championship. We got Apollo Crews taking on MVP. And little caveat in this match, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin are banned from ringside, so the Hurt Business is at a disadvantage. Now, this has been going on for a while, ever since Apollo won the United States title. Then MVP comes out. He wants to recruit Apollo in his little stable that he had with Lashley at the time before Shelton Benjamin came around. And Apollo's like, I don't want your help. I want to do this. I want to do that. And, I don't want nothing to do with you. And MVP, is like, well, I guess we're going to do this the hard way. And then Apollo and Lashley were feuding. They had a match, I believe, at Money in the Bank, or I forgot. No, well, Lashley injured him. Well, he was Apollo got put in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and then he had a match with Andrade. He won the belt from Andrade, and when he came back from his knee injury, they took him out of the Money in the Bank match, which I thought was stupid, but it is what it is. And then he comes back, beats Andrade for the U.S. title, then starts this thing with MVP, Bobby Lashley, and then him and Lashley go at it, and then him and MVP have matches, and then Bobby Lashley injured Apollo. That's why he wasn't at the horror show at Extreme Rules. I'm getting text notifications. Okay. And then I put him out of action at Extreme Rules. Because they were supposed to have a United States title match, and Apollo was not clear to wrestle. And MVP declares himself the new United States champion. He brings in that new United States belt. And then Apollo gets cleared and beats him on Monday Night Raw to kind of unify the United States title. And so now Apollo has that new look United States title. And then they had that segment with Apollo, and then Shelton Benjamin comes in and beats up Apollo, and then he gets put in the stable. Now that they named the stable the Hurt Business, and they were just going back and forth with different. I mean, with Ricochet and Cedric Alexander getting involved. Shelton winning the 24/7 title, losing it, winning it back, losing it. Now Cedric Alexander has the belt, I believe. I don't know as of right now. So it should be a pretty good match. I'm going to go with Apollo to retain. I really don't think MVP is going to win the belt for the third time. I just think Apollo's going to beat him up. He's gonna hit the Apollo bomb, beat MVP again, and then after the match, probably Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin come out and beat him up. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So Apollo will win the match and retain the title, and we'll see what happens with this situation. It might still continue the feud. I don't know until Payback, where Apollo might have to face the entire Hurt Business. I don't know, but we'll have to see what happens tomorrow night in the Thunderdome for the United States title, and then on Monday Night Raw. Then what happens next week on Payback? Because we got a pay-per-view next week too. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So that's that. So Apollo Crews will retain the United States title, and we move on. All right, then we go to the Raw Tag Team titles. We have the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford taking on Andrade and Angel Garza with the lovely Selena Vega at ringside. This should be a pretty interesting match. The whole thing with the Street Profits having the belts, and then Andrade and Angel Garza become the number one contenders in that triple threat match. I think it was a triple threat match. They beat the Viking Raiders, the tag teams on Monday Night Raw. So they beat the Viking Raiders to become the number one contenders. Then they go back and forth each week with various singles matches. And, John and Angel Garza still continuing to fight with the Viking Raiders and stuff like that. Then they had, a couple of weeks ago, they had singles matches where Angel Dawkins beat Angel Garza. And then Montez Ford was taking on Andrade. And then we also saw during the Angel Dawkins on Angel Garza match that Montez Ford started being wobbly, blah, blah, blah. And then in this match with Andrade, he got some momentum and then did the flippity-do over the top rope on Andrade. Comes in, shakes the ropes, and then freaking collapses. And then we found out that he got poisoned. And then Bianca Belair gets involved in this whole thing because she's Montez Ford's wife. And she accuses Selena Vega of poisoning him. Selena's like, I never did it. I didn't want to jeopardize my client's match. Then we found out last week, this past week on Monday Night Raw, where Angelo Dawkins showed a video of Selena, putting something in Montez Ford's cup, and then Montez Ford coming back. They beat the crap out of. They beat the crap out of them, and that's it. So this should be a pretty interesting match. I'm going to go with Andrade and Angel Garza to pick up the win. I just don't think the Street Profits are going to win. Are going to retain. I really don't. I think Selena's going to get involved, obviously. Bianca Belair will probably get involved. And they'll have a little cat fight. So we'll get that. Continuing their little feud. But I think, and again, Andrade and Angel Garza are going to pick up the win. Become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. And probably get a rematch on either Raw or at Payback. Angel Garza and Andrade will retain. And then who knows who's going to become the new, who's going to be feuding with Andrade and Angel Garza. Because there's only 3 tag teams on Monday Night Raw. So it'll probably be a hot potato with the Raw Tag Team titles, which is so sad. Because all you got is the Viking Raiders, and you got Andrade and Angel Garza as a tag team, and you got the Viking Raiders, and that's it. So they'll probably be feuding with the Viking Raiders next. Again, which will be totally pointless. Unless some tag team comes up to Monday Night Raw. Who it is, I don't know. But that's that. So like I said, Andrade and Angel Garza will pick up the victory, become the new tag team champions, rematch probably on Raw Monday night or at Payback, and we'll see what happens with that. I don't think it's going to go back and forth, but we'll see. And that's that. All right, after that, we get to a street fight. We got Dominic Mysterio in his first official WWE match. He will be taking on Seth Rollins, the Messiah, the Monday Night Messiah. He'll have Murphy at ringside. Dominic will have Rey Mysterio at ringside since Rey came back for the first time since that gruesome match at Extreme Rules when he lost his eye. He lost his eye. So this has been going on since way after since a few months now. This is gonna be coming to a head eventually. We saw last week on Raw where Dominic came out and and then just got destroyed. He signed his contract and then got destroyed by Seth Rollins and Murphy with the kendo sticks, just butchering up Dominic's ribs and his back, just all disgusting and bruised up. And then, as we saw this past Monday on Raw, Rey Mysterio comes back and he praises his son, tells him he loves him, and says he'll be in his corner, and says that Dominic's gonna kick Seth's ass in a street fight. And then Seth comes out and says that Rey is selfish. Like, what kind of father are you? Blah blah blah. And then Seth and Murphy come out, and then they come out, and Dominic and Rey beat them up. They beat him up with kendo sticks, and they start whacking away at Seth Rollins, and then they try to crucify him like Seth did to Dominic last week. And eventually, Seth got out of it, and that's that. So it's going to be an interesting match. As much as I think Seth Rollins is going to pick up the win, I just feel that Dominic is going to get the win thanks to his dad. Rey's going to definitely get involved. So Murphy's going to get involved. But I just think Dominic's going to pick up his first win in WWE thanks to his dad. And that's that. And then probably on Monday Night Raw, they'll probably do something again. Maybe Seth challenges Rey Mysterio for one more match. And it'll be at Payback. Or maybe it'll be a rematch. Dominic versus Seth 2 at Payback. I don't know. And then the feud will probably... I think the feud between the Mysterios and Rollins and Murphy will end in Hell in a Cell. That's what I think is going to end. That's the only way, or in a cage at least. But I think it's going to end inside Hell in a Cell, at Hell in a Cell. But we'll see what happens with that. So I'm going to go. I'm going with the odds. I'm going with Dominic Mysterio to pick up the win. But if they go with Seth, it would be logical, and logic will win as it always does. So I'm picking Dominic to win. But I wouldn't be surprised if Seth wins. But I'm going with Dominic to win. That's that. All right. Then we get to the Raw Women's Championship. We got Sasha Banks, the boss, with Bayley. Don't give me a hug at ringside. She will face the Empress of Tomorrow, the #1 contender who won the tri-branded Battle Royal, the lovely Empress of Tomorrow, my first wife, Asuka, because nobody is ready for Asuka. Set my dick, but you knew that already. The whole thing with Asuka and Bayley and Sasha have been going on for a little bit. Asuka winning the Raw Championship at Money in the Bank, and then Sasha getting a title shot, and then they had that match. They had the match Kairi Sane, and then the match on Raw that Stephanie McMahon made, because it kept going on where Bayley was getting involved, and at that time Kairi Sane was getting involved. Then they had that match where winner wins by countout or disqualification or submission, and then Bayley and Kairi run to the back, and then Bayley beats up Kairi in the back. Asuka leaves and then loses the title to Sasha, which I thought was very dumb, but it is what it is. And then over the last couple weeks, Asuka's been trying to get back at Sasha and Bayley. And we saw on Monday Night Raw. They were just Asuka was just beating the crap out of Sasha and Bayley. And on SmackDown as well. Asuka wins the tri-branded Battle Royal, like I said. And then the winner will face Bayley for the SmackDown title. So now Asuka has 2 title shots in the same night, so she can possibly go walk away with both belts and become Dos Belts Asuka, or Asuka Two Belts, or whatever you want to call it, the Empress of every belt, as she called herself this past yesterday on SmackDown. So I think this is gonna be the better match. And I'm gonna go with Asuka to pick up the victory over Sasha. Bayley's gonna be there, but I think Bayley's probably gonna do something and cost Sasha the match. And Asuka's gonna become the Raw Women's Champion for a second time, and do that. Then we get to the SmackDown Women's Title. I don't think it's gonna be back to back. I think they're gonna be a little bit of a rest period, but who knows? So Bayley's gonna take on Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Title, and it's probably gonna be another good match. But Asuka's had had Bayley's number ever since NXT. Bayley's gonna try her best, and Asuka's gonna beat Bayley. Let's just be real. Asuka's gonna beat Bayley, and that'll be it for that. And Asuka's gonna walk away with both belts and become the Empress of every title, except for the women's tag team belts, unless she finds a partner like maybe Shayna Baszler, and they win the belts, and then they become the two-woman power trip. That would be interesting to see Asuka and Shayna as the two-woman power trip. Again, the new version of it, but I doubt that. But never know. Asuka and Shayna could team up because they already beat Asuka and Bayley, I believe it was the week before, in a tag match. So we'll see what happens with that. So like I said, Asuka will become the Empress of both belts and walk out of SummerSlam with the Raw and SmackDown Women's title. And then Asuka will probably lose the Raw Women's title to Shayna Baszler and probably go to SmackDown and be prominently on SmackDown, which I really don't care, but I'd rather have her on Raw because really Raw has nobody. Except, I guess you're going to have Shayna Baszler be the face of that division when she wins the belt. Okay. And then you have Sasha be the dominant female on SmackDown, with Sasha and Bayley. I don't know what's going to happen with the women's division. It's all fucked up as it is. But that's that. So Asuka's going to win both belts, and she's going to walk away. And then we'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw. She'll have a little bit of a celebration, and then Shayna comes out. It's like, I got next, and let's have a match at Payback. And then Asuka loses the belt to Shayna Baszler at Payback. And then still has the SmackDown Women's title, and then maybe they'll do something next week on SmackDown where Bayley gets a rematch. I don't think Asuka's going to have like two matches on Payback. I really don't think so, but you never know. But they're not, because Bayley and Sasha are going to defend the women's tag team titles at Payback and lose the belts and then begin their eventual breakup and then eventual match maybe at the next pay-per-view, which I think is Hell in a Cell. But we'll see what happens with that. Well, actually, the next pay-per-view is Payback, and then the pay-per-view after that is probably Hell in a Cell. So we get that. And we move on from there. So Asuka's win both belts, and we'll see what happens with that as we move on from there. All right, then we get to a singles match for the WWE Universal title. We got Braun Strowman taking on the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Now, this match has been going on since Money in the Bank when Bray Wyatt got the title shot, the original Firefly Funhouse version of Bray Wyatt, got the title shot against Braun Strowman, who won the belt from Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Not Brock Lesnar, who did he win from? Goldberg, I should say. He beat Goldberg. And wins the title, and he's held it for ever since. So he's held it for about 6 months, almost 6 months. And then we going back and forth. And then they had that swamp match at Extreme Rules where Bray Wyatt used Alexa Bliss to confuse Braun, and he won the match. And then now they're doing a third match, and Braun comes out, and says, we didn't see him, and then Bray Wyatt comes out and says, "You have something I want." It says, "Give me what I want. Give me what I want, Hunter." So then Braun comes out, with a shaved head, and he says, "You never seen a monster like me." Blah 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 blah. And then Alexa Bliss gets involved. She gets choked out by Bray. And then the week after, Braun's like, "I don't give a damn about Alexa Bliss." Blah blah blah. And then Braun tries to choke out Alexa Bliss again, and she stops him, and then she just looks at him and touches his face. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Hello.
Hey, reporting soon.
Okay.
Everything went well. Just letting you know. See you tonight. You promise. Call me and hug my teeth.
Okay. Have a good flight. Okay, bye-bye. Sorry about that. That was the missus. She's about to board her flight back home. Boarding in about 4 minutes. And her flight leaves at 11:25, I believe. 11:20, somewhere around there. So that's that. So she'll be on the plane. She's on a plane. She can't complain. But it is what it is. So yeah. So the missus is coming home. Yay. So after I get home from work and having dinner with my parents, I will see the missus. And she has to quarantine. We might have to separate for a little bit in different I'll have to sleep on the couch, or I'll have to sleep on the bed, and she'll sleep on the bed, or she'll sleep on the couch. But I'll see her tonight, and that'll be that. And then and figure out what's going to happen after that. She'll quarantine for 2 weeks and get tested on I believe on Monday. So pray for Rose that she gets another negative test, because both of us got tested twice already, and both of us came out negative. So pray that she is negative for a third time. And that's that. Like I said, if you see it, I got my flu shot yesterday, and now my arm is fucking hurting. A day later, my arm is throbbing. Ugh. I just hope I don't get really sick. I'm gonna get like a headache. Last year I got a really massive headache from it, but now I'm just getting really bad arm pain. But thankfully, it's truck day today, so at my job. But I'm gonna be on the register today all day, which fucking sucks. But you know what it is. At least I'll get a break. Probably around I guess I'm gonna have to wait till the truck ends to get a break. So I hope it's a small truck today. So not that small of a truck, but a medium-sized truck. Should be done. The truck coming about 7 o'clock, so it should be done by 9 o'clock. So maybe I'll see if I can get my break at like maybe 5:30. So because I gotta go in at 2:45. Then I'll get my break about 5:30, and then come back at 6, and then go straight the rest of the way, 6 to 9:30. 9:30, and then I leave. I go to my mom's, have a little some dinner, and then I'll be home with the missus after that. Then I'll come home, watch AEW, just talk with the missus a little bit, then watch AEW. Come back on later tonight on the Peter Gilmore YouTube Wrestling channel with my AEW review. I get that, and then tomorrow, still on the Peter Gilmore YouTube Wrestling channel, you get hopefully 2 videos. Probably sometime late in the afternoon, or maybe if I can do it in the morning, which I may do depending what time I wake up tomorrow. I might do the NXT Takeover review, and then I got a doctor appointment at 1:30, and then I'm going out shopping with the missus, and after she gets done with her she's going to the hair salon tomorrow for no apparent reason. She said she dyed her hair and now she's getting getting it cut again. So to look even more sexier, but it is what it is. And then after that, we're gonna go shop. I got my doctor's appointment. Then we're gonna go shopping right after that. Then I'm gonna come back, and we're gonna have lunch. We're gonna come back, and then I could do my. If I don't do it in the morning, I'll do the NXT Takeover review before SummerSlam. Then I'll watch SummerSlam with the missus, and then have dinner, and then later tomorrow night, if I get the chance, I will do my SummerSlam review. So stay tuned for that on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel later tonight and all day tomorrow night. All day tomorrow. And then you got Monday Night Raw on Monday. And right after Monday, probably around 12 o'clock, 12:30 at latest. Because I got the whole week off next week. But I'm on call, so I have to actually talk to my new boss today about that. Why am I getting one day a week? I'm working just one day, you know. I mean, I don't mind it, but I like to work 3 to 4 days and get some money, at least get some hours in, because this next paycheck's going in direct deposit and not gonna be a lot of money, and I got bills to pay. I got bills to pay during the middle of the month. But that's it. Anyway, enough about that bullshit. So the missus is coming back. Yes. The madam, the queen of extreme, Rosa, is coming back in a couple hours, and then I'll see her after I go to work. Anyway, moving on. So we got the Braun Strowman and the Fiend, Bray Wyatt for the Universal title. Gonna be a brutal match. I think in the end, Bray Wyatt's gonna win thanks to Alexa Bliss, because Alexa Bliss tried to wake Braun up, slapped him around, and then Bray picked her up. I mean, it's gonna be Braun picked her up, and looked like he's gonna fling her outside the ring, and then he just goes like this, and then when Bray made his entrance, and then we see Alexa holding her stomach, and Bray just looking on. And then, as we saw last night at the Thunderdome, Bray and Braun have an altercation inside the Firefly Funhouse. Braun beats the crap out of Bray. Then they have a fight backstage, and then Braun chokeslams Bray off the loading dock, and Bray got put on a stretcher, and then put in the ambulance, and then the ambulance starts leaving, then starts coming back, and then the ambulance turns red and foggy, and then the people looking on like, oh my god. And then the Fiend comes out of the ambulance, and then goes and sticks out his tongue and starts laughing at us. So it's going to be a pretty intense match, but I think in the end, Bray Wyatt is going to win the title, and for the second time, and go on a nice little run with it. Probably have a rematch at Payback, and probably maybe a one-on-one match, or I don't know if they're gonna do another stipulation. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? But Bray's gonna win the title thanks to Alexa Bliss, and as Alexa will turn into Sister Abigail, and then they'll start their little incest love angle storyline, whatever you want to call it, and Alexa Bliss will still stay a face, I think, because I think Bray's turning into a face, which makes no sense, but it is what it is. So Alexa will turn on Braun, will cost Braun the title, and she'll side with Bray and become Sister Abigail, or Sister Alexa, whatever you want to call it. And that'll be pretty much all I got to say about that. So Braun Strowman, I'm going different directions here. Bray Wyatt will win the Universal title, and I'll probably have a rematch, probably a Payback, and who knows what's going to happen at Payback. I think Braun will retain and go on a nice run with the belt, and probably the next person up probably be AJ Styles, since he lost the Intercontinental title to Jeff Hardy, dude, and that's that on SmackDown last night. So we'll get that. I think the next in line after AJ gets his rematch and loses, I think AJ will be the next in line to get the belt. If not AJ, I don't know who. But we'll see what happens with that as we get to Monday Night Raw and then SmackDown next week and then Payback next Sunday. Then following Payback, we'll see what happens with the storylines and all that stuff. And it becomes new contenders for the titles and stuff. And that's that. So Bray will win, and that's that. All right, which should be the main event for the WWE Championship. We got Drew McIntyre taking on Randy Orton and his monotonous voice. So this should be pretty interesting. You know, Randy Orton's on a fucking roll as of late. Putting Edge out of commission. Edge has been out since after WrestleMania. The pay-per-view after WrestleMania, I forgot what it was. I think it was Money in the Bank or whatever it was. I don't remember. And then, Punk kicking Edge. Edge is out with a torn tricep now. And then Christian comes to try to, save him. And then they had an unsanctioned match. And then Ric Flair sides with Randy, hits him in the nuts, and then Randy Punk kicks Christian into hell, knocking him out, another legend out. And then the Big Show comes out, and they had like a 6-man tag team match, blah, blah, blah. And then they had a one-on-one match a couple weeks ago, and Randy won with the Gilmore Cutter, not the RKO, the Gilmore Cutter, and then after that proceeded to punt kick him out of commission. So another legend gone. And then as we saw a couple weeks ago, Randy would RKO Drew McIntyre, and they would go back and forth with promos, blah blah blah. And as we saw a couple weeks ago, Randy comes out with Rick, said we got to talk in the middle of the ring, and then Randy saying that I love you, Rick, but you're a liability. And that heartfelt promo from Ric Flair saying that I want to see you beat my record, which I hope he does, but you never know, might be Hunter, who knows. And then they hug, and then emotional moment, and then Randy turns on Rick, hits him in the nuts, and turns on Rick, and then Punk kicks Ric Flair out of the WWE. And then Drew comes out, like, even him too. And then as we saw on Monday Night Raw, Drew cuts a promo and then gets attacked by Retribution comes out, blah blah blah. And then near the end of the show, he gets RKO'd. So it's going to be a pretty intense match, pretty brutal match. But in the end, I'm going with Randy Orton and his monotonous voice to pick up the win, become the 14-time WWE champion. And I really just don't think Drew's going to win. If he does, then they're going to have a rematch of Payback, and I think Randy's going to win at Payback. But like I said, this match can go either way tomorrow night. But I'm going with Randy to pick up the victory at SummerSlam, become the 14-time champion, just continue his role as of late, win the belt, probably Punk kick Drew. But like I said, they're going to probably have a rematch at Payback, and then Randy will either win the belt or retain, and then go on a long-ass run with the WWE title. I don't know who will be the next contender after Drew. I really don't know. But we'll see what happens with that. Might be Kevin Owens. I don't know. That's the only person I can think of that could be the contender, even though Randy RKO'd him in a match a couple weeks ago. So we'll see what happens with that. So, like I said, Randy's going to pick up the win the belt, either tomorrow night or at Payback, and then go on a long-ass run all the way to WrestleMania, where he will face Edge, who will come back at the Royal Rumble, win the Royal Rumble, I believe, for the second time. And then next on Raw, Edge will come out and say, Randy, we're not done yet. And then he'll challenge Randy for the belt at WrestleMania 37. And then when that match happens, Randy will lose the belt to Edge. Edge will become an 8 or 9 time champion, I believe. I don't know how many times he's held the belt, but I think it's 8 or 9, maybe 10. I don't know. But he will win the belt, and then Edge will go on a little mini run. They'll have a rematch probably on Monday Night Raw the next night after WrestleMania, or at the next pay-per-view after that. But I think Edge will win that, and Edge will go on a nice little run probably to SummerSlam, where he'll lose the belt to maybe Seth Rollins or somebody else. But we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Like I said, I'm going with Randy Orton to pick up the victory and win the WWE title for the 14th time. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, everybody, so that's my predictions for SummerSlam. If you're just tuning in, I'm going to go through my predictions again. I got Mandy Rose defeating Sonya Deville, kicking Sonya out of the WWE for a little bit. I got Apollo Crews retaining the United States title over MVP. I got Dominic Mysterio to beat Seth Rollins. I got Asuka to beat Bayley and Sasha to become the Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion. I got Andrade and Angel Garza to become the Raw Tag Team Champions, beating the Street Profits. I got The Fiend Bray Wyatt beating Braun Strowman to become the Universal Champion. And I got Randy Orton to beat Drew McIntyre to become a 14-time WWE Champion. But like I said, things can change. They can swerve us all around. But we'll see what happens. I don't think SummerSlam is going to be that great. It'd be decent, but I don't think it's going to be that great. I think TakeOver tonight is going to be the event of the weekend, as it always is. I think TakeOver will be awesome tonight. And that's going to be it. If you haven't seen my predictions for TakeOver, go back a video, and on episode 174 of the Gilmore Chronicles, check out my NXT TakeOver predictions. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So thank you for watching this video. I'm going to edit this video up, and my parents are going to be on their way because they got to do some. My dad's got to fix something in the house, so they're on their way. So I'm going to get this video up really quick, and then I got to go to work for a couple hours, and then I'll be back later tonight, really later tonight, probably like 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30, I don't know, with my AEW review on the Peter Gilmer YouTube Wrestling channel, which you can subscribe to down below, along with this channel and my other channels, all down below in the gobbledygook in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook. Just type in Peter Gilmer, find me somewhere on Facebook. Maybe I'll friend you back on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at my Twitter link, which is down below in the description box. Maybe I'll follow you back. Maybe I won't. Maybe I don't know. But friend me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Share this video all over the internet: Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Vimeo, Dailymotion, BitChute, everywhere on the internet. But most importantly, you have to tap that bell to get notified of when I go live or when I do a video on my phone or if I do it on my laptop, you can get it live too. So just tap that bell to get notified of when I do a video or when I go live, so you can come in the chat when I'm live, in the chat room when I'm live, or you can be notified of when I do my videos, and so you don't miss a beat. Because if you don't hit that bell, you're gonna miss out on a lot of great content that I always give my fans and my subs. And that's pretty much it. So tap that bell, subscribe, smash that like button to death, share the video with your friends, and have them share the video with their friends and their friends. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So enjoy tonight, AEW tonight at 6 p.m. or a little bit later, depending on what time the NBA playoffs end. And then right after that, NXT TakeOver 30 comes your way. And it should be an awesome fucking show for NXT. But we'll see what happens with that. And we'll see what the ratings are going to be for AEW tomorrow. Because I don't think there's going to be a lot of people watching AEW tonight. But And I think the ratings for AEW are gonna be really bad. I think it's gonna be like 500, maybe up to about 700,000 people watching. Because the second hour is going against the first hour of Takeover. So who knows what's gonna happen with that? And then you got the playoffs, the NBA playoffs, around the same time as well. So AEW is kind of fucked tonight, but we'll see what happens with that. And we move on from there. So thank you for watching episode 175 of the Gilmore Chronicles, another milestone. We got the 175. On our road now to 200 episodes of the Gilmore Chronicles, which will probably be sometime next year. We'll see what happens with that. But episode 176 of the Gilmore Chronicles will come your way next Saturday. After I come back from work, I'll do episode 176 of the Gilmore Chronicles, my payback predictions, because payback's next week, ladies and gentlemen. So we got that. So we got lots of videos coming your way. Hopefully you all hit that bell to get notified when I do the videos. You come in the chat with me, or at least watch the video. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to get ready for have my parents come over. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So thank you for watching. Peter Gilmore signing off. I'll see you guys later tonight with my AEW review. And that's it. So have a great Saturday, everybody. I'll see you guys later. I'm out. Peace, bitches.